Welcome back, guys, to the channel. You're gonna see by the title of this video that the new Mirage Heirloom came out. We saw with the EA Play event, all the new events coming out, the skins, the buffs, the changes, the new item, as well as the Mirage Heirloom, which is what we're gonna talk about in this video. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't the only one thinking this, and I wanted to make sure I went on the internet, went on Reddit, made sure that I was looking at things, and I wasn't the only one thinking this with the heirloom. First and foremost, this is only my opinion. I don't want to only say negative things about the heirloom. One thing I like about it is that the inspect is very nice, it's very cool, it's very Mirage-like, and this is something that I really hate to say because gamers, they don't know what's best for them, and I'm one of those people that can also say bad things, and they can influence other people. I'm a little disappointed with the heirloom itself, the idea of it, the statue of Mirage. Yeah, it's funny to be hitting people with a statue. I think that's also funny as well. Nothing's wrong with the way it looks itself. The fact that it's a statue and it looks like that, that's great. I don't mind that it's all gold or that it's not colored in. That's cool. It's just that there's a line between funny and then wacky, and I feel like it hasn't really crossed the wacky line, but it's a borderline on the too funny side, and it only highlights the Mirage side and not the LIFELINE side. This is something that I really thought about because Mirage's character is more than just a gag. He's shown us that in his holiday bash, the mother's recording, that he can have depth to him, and that kind of depth is what is what draws a lot of people in when they play Mirage religiously, because they feel attracted to his character. Like me, I also feel attracted to his character. I'm funny for no reason. I do it out of habit, and sometimes there's something below that's always hurting me, but I don't talk about it. I don't even know how to talk about it, so I just laugh it off, you know. Anyway, back on the Mirage. The heirloom, I feel, is meant to show the legend's personality, right? But it's more than just about the legend's personality. It's about the person underneath that legend. We see that every heirloom has its own meaning behind it. Now, this is half and half true. Some legends have their story released, like WRAITH and BLOODHOUND. However, the other three legends that have an heirloom, PATHFINDER, LIFELINE, and OCTANE, they don't actually have a story related to their heirloom. So this is something that I've noticed that people are talking about, how, oh, the heirloom is meant to signify something. It's meant to be an heirloom passed down to them. It's meant to be something that has semblance to it. Not necessarily. Some heirlooms have that, which is very evident with lore heavy characters like BLOODHOUND, who has a mystery behind him, where he came from, where they came from, or WRAITH, who her story is a complete mystery to herself and a little bit to us, the viewer. But people like LIFELINE, PATHFINDER, and OCTANE, who have heirlooms, their story isn't revealed. Their heirloom talks about more than just the legend. It talks about their character when they're not on the battlefield. LIFELINE, she's not just a medic. If she was a medic, her heirloom would have been like a syringe or a med kit or a defibrillator or something like that. But no, her heirloom is instead drumsticks. Although they've been weaponized to be shock sticks, they are drumsticks because it signifies her personality off the battlefield, and she also brings it into the battlefield. But she signifies it through her humming to herself, beating like on her dock like it's a drum. It talks about her personality. Same thing with OCTANE. His switchblade is something deadly, something that nobody would naturally hold, because it could really it can hurt them easily, like cut off a finger easily. So sharp. But OCTANE, he don't care. He's still playing with it, death defyingly, stabs himself with it. Heck, even Um, it talks about him off the battlefield. He does this to twiddle his thumbs. He's agitated. He moves all the time. He needs his hands twiddling all the time, so he has this switchblade to play with that. It's not like a fidget spinner. Somebody would do that, but Octane specifically, he would have a switchblade. It talks about his character and everything like that. Off the field, not just he's an adrenaline junkie. Nah, he's an addict. Seriously, he really is. It's actually a problem. But hey, Octane is not really a lore heavy character. He's one of those characters that over time he will develop emotions and feelings. But for now, he's still just a gag similar to Mirage, but I'd say even lower since he has little to none. Even with Pathfinder's boxing gloves, it also speaks to him, not just like the Marvel unit's happy-go-lucky friend. Nah, it speaks to what I assume, because they didn't release a cinematic on his heirloom. I assume that it was because before he joined the Apex Legends games, he used to box, you know, like for money to generate recognition from his creator, things like that. So I assume that's why he had the boxing gloves specifically. So it speaks to him off the field and like how he got here, you know. So I put Pathfinder in the middle, like similar to, I put Pathfinder's heirloom because of what I thought that heirloom signified, into the bunch with Pathfinder, with WRAITH and Bloodhound, where his heirloom has a significance to it, and not just it speaks to their personality off the field. But since we didn't have a cinematic for it, we can't really put him in that same group. Now it comes to Mirage's heirloom now, where it's a statue of himself, very fitting for the what's the word? He's not really been the kind of guy to just talk about himself. However, the main issue with the heirloom that I see and that I have is that his heirloom only talks about Mirage on the field. He's the kind of guy that would have that, you know. He's the kind of guy that would have an heirloom like that. Now, no offense to anybody that designed this or have a reason for it. I know that there might be reasons for it, and a cinematic could come out one day and debunk all this. That's not just an heirloom that he got. Man, he got a trophy of himself walking around because he's egotistical or something. Nah, well, it doesn't really tell us about what moves him or drives him as a legend with other ones like Bloodhound or WRAITH, where they have that heirloom to signify, or it's a reminder of their past, of why they're here. Bloodhound has a reason for being in the Apex games. It hasn't been revealed yet, but he has a reason for being in the Apex games, and his hatchet or axe reminds him, is a constant reminder of that whenever he's in the Apex games. Same way with WRAITH and her kunai. So again, taste is really subjective, and there's no reason why I wouldn't like it. I would like it. However, also there is also the complaint that it's not really a weapon. I don't really care that's not a weapon. It's cool. I even thought that his heirloom should be a deck of cards, because I thought that would be really cool. It could be fortune cards or really just playing cards. Tells Fortune about how he's a really sad, depressed person. Or he does a little magic trick with it, smacks people with a deck of cards, splash all the way on the screen. Or a deck of cards where you see him as a jester. I think that's a very funny thing to do. It's very sly. It talks about, oh yeah, he's a jokester. That's the laugh I could get in on behind, while also being very, very cool and flashy, because that's the kind of guy he is. Flashy. That's what I've always assumed he was. He's a funny, flashy guy, but then deep down he's sad about it. He's sad. He goes home. He's like us. Sits in his bed all by himself. Nobody around with him. Nobody to cheer him on. Things like that. I've never seen Mirage as the egotistical, self-centered fragger that he is. You know, all he cares about is himself. Oh man, who looks the best? Yeah, he does, and he has to make sure he holds a statue for everybody to remember that he's the greatest looking of all the legends. You know, that's not. They said that they're not afraid to bring out second heirlooms for other characters. I would assume after maybe a year, 2 years, at the very least, all legends would have an heirloom, and second heirlooms would start coming out for other legends. So hopefully then his second heirloom could be more less self-centered, so to say. Now, a way to save this heirloom would be to release a cinematic, and I realized down on the bottom of the heirloom it says, I think, world's greatest combatant of the battle royale, which is like a reference to the Apex Legends be the best, was awarded the top best battle royale shooter of its kind. So a really interesting way to promote this and actually have Mirage with an Elliot Witt with depth would be him getting this award as the Mirage Apex legend that he is. However, his mother wasn't there to show up. That's all we really know about Mirage and his mother. His mom wasn't watching it on TV. She didn't show. She didn't come. I think she has amnesia from what we know. She has an illness. She wasn't able to watch it. She wasn't able to be there. And during the speech, Mirage, he stumbles himself. He stumbles his words. And on the fly comes up with a joke. Or his stammering causes the crowd to laugh. And he laughs on with them. And he looks at that statue. And he smiles, taking the trophy off stage. That's I think that's the best way to redeem the what's it, foolishness that they're trying to pull off with Mirage as a self-centered clown. That's the only way I see it. I'm not a story writer or nothing. I'm just a gamer. I'm not even a gamer, just a gamer. Yeah, that's the only way I can see it, of redeeming this quality of Mirage. That he's more than just a playoff character. He's more than just a comedy relief. Even comedy reliefs have souls. They have depth to them. There's always something behind the clown's makeup, so to say. Enjoy the video, the gameplay, cinematics. See you guys in the next episode. Hopefully we'll talk about the Lifeline buff, because I'm really excited for this Lifeline buff. I didn't even want Lifeline to get a buff. I thought she's gonna get side grade, guys. I'll still talk about it now. But side grade, this is not side grade. It's huge. It's huge. Okay. I like Lifeline's personality so much. She's bubbly, but she's almost cynical in a way too. You know, she ain't afraid to kill somebody. You know, to hurt people. You know, as a doctor. So peace out, guys. See you guys in the next episode.